What's going on, traders? So it's time that I make a video going over RSI. For those of you that don't know, RSI stands for Relative Strength Index. What does it do? RSI's main job is to tell you when a stock has been overbought or a stock has been oversold. If you're not familiar with it, it's down here on the bottom. As you can see, if you follow my cursor, it says RSI. This little graph here down on the bottom of my chart is the Relative Strength Index momentum indicator that is on my screen. Whatever platform you're using, they should have an option for you to use Relative Strength Index. It may look a little bit different than mine, but generally they all come with the same default setting and they do the exact same thing as it's plotted here on my chart. Okay, so Relative Strength Index, it lets you know when a stock has been overbought or oversold. And if you look down here following my cursor, when you notice that this graph turns red and it's over the top bar, this top bar is labeled 70. If you follow my cursor, number 70 and 30. When the price is near or above 70, the idea is that the price or the stock itself is overbought. When it's below 30, it means that the stock itself is oversold. In the grand scheme of things, what that means is when it's overbought, you should expect that it's probably going to come down soon. The price will come down. When it's oversold, you should be thinking to yourself, this could be a potentially good time to buy because it's oversold. Essentially, it should go up. Just because it's overbought or oversold does not mean that it's going to come down right away or that it's going to go up right away when you see that the RSI has hit a low level or a high level. It does not guarantee you the price to go up or the price to go down, okay? But it's there as an indicator. It is, it's a crutch. It helps you. It helps you identify potential trend reversals, okay? You cannot trade anything based off of one indicator, just based off of one thing that you see. You just have to kind of put together and build your skills around these indicators, and enough practice will help you to start identifying these trends. And the RSI is a momentum indicator that helps give you that extra edge in the market. Now, we've covered what RSI is down here and what it looks like. It's just this graph, and if it goes too high, it's overbought. If it goes too low, and you see it in blue on my screen, it's oversold. Okay, so now if you correlate this and you correspond it with the chart, let's look at it. Okay, so you see down here in blue, it breaks below 30. 30 means it's oversold. Now if you follow the cursor up and you look at the chart, you'll see that it just had this huge sell-off. And if you look right down here and you go back up, you'll see that after this big sell-off, the RSI, the momentum indicator, it's telling you, hey, this is oversold. Then look what happens next. The price runs up. And if you correlate it and you follow it with RSI, you'll notice that when it was oversold, the RSI was way down here at about 13. And then it just runs up. It takes a nice jump from about 10 bucks all the way to $12, $13 actually. That's about $3 a share. And if you come back down, you'll realize it was in a red and it was all the way at about 85, over 70. And you see it had this sharp sell-off, and it comes back down, Now RSI was just playing right in the middle. It wasn't really oversold. It never really got down to 30, so it wasn't oversold in this period right here. Nor was it in this period right here. It wasn't too oversold, but you see that the price went up. So just because the price went up and it wasn't too oversold, you can see what I'm saying is that just because it's sold down a little bit doesn't mean you can expect to have a huge move, or just because it did not go all the way below 30 doesn't mean that it can't go back up, okay? Now if you come down here, you'll see that RSI in this moment was really low. It was at about 30, and then we had this nice run up. And then you can see it got very extended. It was very overbought, and then we had a sharp sell-off. And now if you come back down, your RSI right on 30, it's oversold, and then we see this run up. Okay, so now you can start to determine. If you come over here, you see this sell-off. RSI is very low, then it goes up. RSI is high right in this area, and then we get a sell-off. Okay, so that's how you can kind of determine when it may be a potential good time to buy a stock or a good time to sell a stock. I like to mention that RSI works on any time frame. It just depends on your style of trading. I do not want to be using RSI. I do not want to be using RSI on a 30-day, a 6-month chart when I'm trying to day trade a stock. That just doesn't make sense. If I'm going to day trade a stock, I'm going to be looking at a daily chart. Therefore, I'd want to be using RSI on the daily chart. I don't want to base my day trade off of an RSI indicator on a 6-month chart. Okay, this is one given stock. So you can see when the price gets over the $70 or the 70 mark, that means it's overbought. You can expect a downtrend. You can expect a sell-off. When it goes below and it's oversold, you can expect it to go up. Now there is some patterns that I'm not going to go over right now because I would like to keep the video short and sweet. I will do a video on that later in which you can start to identify trend patterns with RSI and trend patterns with charts to better determine the actual sell-off point. Because as you can see here, it says that the RSI says that the stock has been overbought, but it continued to go up. So you may be thinking to yourself, I thought when RSI says it's overbought, it should be coming down. True, but there are patterns that I'll help recognize for you guys that can determine this, that it may keep going up, essentially. So in a later video, I will do another video that will help clear some of that up for you as to why RSI said it was overbought, but the price continued up. But for now, that's your basic understanding of RSI. We can go ahead and take a look at another stock very quickly. And I will show you a perfect example, okay? So, if you look right here, RSI was way oversold. We had a nice run-up. It peaked. RSI says it's overbought. Then we have this nice long downtrend, 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 downtrend. We're still technically downtrending. Now let's just go over to here. RSI said it was overbought. We come down. RSI says we're oversold. But look at RSI says we're oversold, but there's no real big movement upwards. There's no big bounce. There's no nothing. It basically just trades sideways. What the heck? I thought it was supposed to go up. Well, look at here. RSI goes down, oversold, and then we do have a run from about $10 up to $12.30. So about $2.30 move based on when this RSI said it was oversold. So you cannot go strictly based on what the RSI is telling you. You still have to use some other indicators, and you still just have to, use your knowledge of what you know and how you know how to trade to give you a better idea of, your potential entry points. This is just your basic video in understanding of how RSI works. This should really help clear some stuff up for you guys. That was very basic and very simple, but it was so... the amount of information in there was gold. That's basically all you need to understand the key concepts of RSI. I will do a later video on RSI again that's going to help you better understand trend patterns, trend reversals, whether it's going to be going bullish or whether it's going to be going bearish. But for right now, this is what we got. So as always, thank you for staying tuned. And also, I will be doing a video on the MACD indicator. That is another common one that a lot of people use, and I will do a video. And then I will also do a video with the RSI and the MACD combined on my screen and tell you how those both can be great indicators to run at the same time while trading. So for now, thank you for staying in and staying tuned with me. Please subscribe and please like, and I really appreciate it. Other than that, that's what we got for today, guys.